Love is a beautiful thing. An everlasting love is the one that stands the test of time and, like fine wine, gets sweeter and sweeter through the years. A very warm welcome to you. This is Mr. and Mrs. showing on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity station. My name is Neka Igwe. Of course, this is where we celebrate the best of marriage, the highs, the lows, and everything in between that makes a marriage work and last for always. As usual, we shall interact with a very wonderful, awesome couple, an inter-ethnic couple, I dare say. So why don't you stay tuned just before we introduce the couple? Of course, here is an insight, a tip into the iceberg of what the couple's profile is like. Stay tuned.
Uchenna Prince Abel and Nuka Lillian Uchenna are a lovely intercultural couple from Anambra and Rivers State respectively. Their love story collapses distance into nothingness. Uchenna Prince Abel is a realtor and e-hailing practitioner with a BSc in political science, and Nuka Lillian is a lecturer at the Kensara Wiwa Polytechnic, Rivers State, lecturing in physiology. Today in our studios, they share a story of love, compromise and understanding. Let's meet the Uchennas.
All right, welcome back to the studios. At this point, the couple is already here with me on set, and we shall meet them shortly. Meet the couple, Mr. and Mrs. Uchenna and Lillian Prince Abel. You're welcome to the program.
Good evening. Thank you for having
Good
us.
evening, thank you very much.
And you both look beautiful
Thank
together.
you very much.
Beautiful having you here. All right, so we start this love discussion by wanting to find out how you both met. How did you meet?
Okay, we met 2020 COVID year,
Ah,
March, actually during the COVID period. So we belong to the same WhatsApp group, and so we start from normal chatting, not no strings attached, So after 6 months of chatting, because she was in Port Harcourt, I was in Abuja, and so I asked her out after 6 months, that October, and then by January next year, I happened to go for my friend's wedding in Port Harcourt. So I used that opportunity to kill two birds with one stone. I want to see the parents to take my interest or my intention in marrying her. And so the rest is history now.
like they say. All right, it's a COVID love something. All right, Mrs. Lillian, was it love for you at first time? The first time he chatted you up, was it love or you felt, who is this one?
No, it was. I can't say it was love because I was. We were idle and weren't doing much during the COVID.
COVID.
So when he started chatting me up, I actually felt it was just someone looking for friendship or looking for. I didn't take it as anything serious. Not until I think around we the chat was not consistent anyways from the beginning. It could be like once in 2 weeks, once in a month, someone just sends a message, how are you doing? And that was all. But when he became consistent, I started feeling seems this person is serious. So that was how we got to the point.
This is interesting with all the distance and all the social distancing and everything, and yet you both found love in an unusual place. Now, Mr. Uchenna, Prince Uchenna, what was that attraction? What was that point of attraction that made you say, she's the bone of my bones? What was it?
Okay, in the course of our interaction, I got to realize that she's a brilliant lady. She's a brilliant lady, and then she loves academics a lot, and then she looked to me like a good manager, because I think at that point in time she was the one managing her home since the dad was late. So she's the first daughter, the first child. So all the onions was just on her to take care of the family. and she was doing that seamlessly.
Wow, ladies, intelligence is still a good form of attraction. Very nice one there. Okay, now for you, Mrs. Lillian, for the past 2 years and counting that you've both been together, what's the experience like so far for you? What's the story?
Okay, our story has actually been a roller coaster because we actually courted long distance and we
Yes.
still have a long distance marriage up till now. So what happens is that I work in River State, then he's here in Abuja. So I usually come when I'm on holidays. I'm in Abuja now because I'm on holidays. So and then I go back. But having a long distance relationship in the first place, a lot of things might not be known in between. So I actually came into the marriage, and then it was like that was when we're actually starting the relationship because we were
That was when a
married.
whole lot
That's
began to
when a
unfold.
whole lot began to unfold because for the both of us, for the both parties, we began to study ourselves and trying to align. And then because there is always a break, I have to go back. So whenever we come, more things will unfold. So
Oh my.
that's been the journey for us. And we started the marriage very early, not on a very good note because I took ill, seriously ill. And that's just like 2 months into the marriage. So when we're supposed to be enjoying and starting marriage or even the relationship on a better ground, we're running helter skelter, going to national hospital here and there. And so it was
Oh
actually a
wow.
difficult
Wow.
one for us, but I'm glad we overcame and we're here now.
Beautiful, beautiful. Miss Abel, how challenging can that be? Courtship from a distance, courtship online, and now marriage from a distance again. How challenging has that been?
Well, I would say not being challenging and being challenging, because actually I love I preferred long distance relationship where,
Why?
yeah, because I don't want anybody distracting me or disturbing me or stalking me.
You don't want anybody in your space.
Yes. Where are you? What are you? Why are you not here? Why are you not? You get the point. I do Uber then,
Okay.
and so most times I come back 3 a.m., 4 a.m. I work late nights, so I don't like someone coming to my space of work telling me no, it's dangerous and all those things. So I just love it far away. So when you hear from me, you hear from me, or when I hear from you, like that. And so, but being married is not really, it's something that is has been challenging to me because when she comes and she does most of the house chores,
Chores.
if I go out, I'm sure I'll get food when I come back. But funny enough, when she travels, the soup she cooked for me, it might stay till 3 months
Wow.
before, because when I get back home, I'm tired, go to the fridge to bring out the soup to defrost, I might sleep off. So most times I eat out.
Okay.
You understand? So then when I get back home again, there are things to do in the house. And I'm just so lazy. At times I do video call with her. She sees that I shout, this my house. That when she before she comes back,
She goes to Port Harcourt and you become a bachelor
before she
again.
comes back, the house must be clean.
Oh wow.
And at times I'll eat and leave plates. You understand? So it's so frustrating. So I now realize, okay, but the truth of the matter is that I just we have to do that because I have to allow her based on her career. She's actually doing she just finished her master's at
Wow.
Will, and then she's pursuing her PhD now.
Hmm.
So
Interesting.
I know that we still have like 3 years more to stay apart like this or less. So by God's grace, we will be together.
Wow. Interesting one there. Very interesting love story from both of you. Now, Mrs. Lillian, I know that distance relationships can be tasking on your nerves. Sometimes you can develop trust issues. Do you ever, at any point, maybe during courtship or even now you're married, do you experience any trust issues, especially when you're not here in Abuja with him? And how do you cope with it?
No, from the very beginning, we have never we have not we've never had trust issues because I one of the things that attracted me to him is his honesty. Whatever he says to you is just the way it is. If it's going to this place, that's where he's going to. And I've never had any reason to
Yeah.
raise my eyes whether it's there or not. Because whenever I call him, he's available, he's ready to talk to me, even in the middle of the night. So we've never really had any
Trust
trust
issues.
issues.
Beautiful love story there from Mr. and Mrs. Uchenna Prince Abel. Two hearts beating as one and choosing to stay together, mutually trusting one another. We'll take a short break for some beautiful love quotes, and when we come back, the talk show will continue on Mr. and Mrs. on NTA Abuja, the Unity Station. Please stay with us. Welcome back, Mr. and Mrs. Today is celebrating Mr. and Mrs. Uchenna and Lillian Prince Abel, who, of course, are still here with me in the studios. Now, let me start with you, Miss Lillian. Both of you, first of all, you are from Rivers State, yep, and your husband is from Anambra, two different ethnic groups. What are your other major differences? Those major other differences that you both, no two individuals are the same
Yeah,
personalities.
yeah.
So what are your major differences? What does he really do that you fall out with? I don't want to use the word annoy. I don't want to say what does he do to annoy you. What are your major differences, and how do you handle your major differences
You
when they
know,
arise
coming from two different backgrounds entirely, it's it's even a challenge
on its own?
on its own. So, he's coming from a background where things are done a different way. I'm coming from a place where things are done a different way. So that's already like one step backward. But then we've been able to grow to the level where we have been able to accommodate, for me especially, accommodate certain things that he does and would not align with me on a normal day. But we have been able to try to accommodate ourselves and make compromises where necessary.
How about you, sir? Share with us. What are the major differences, the culture shocks, the personality differences, and how do you handle them?
Mm, well, I didn't grow up in the East, so I don't really know much of our culture. I just know like few things. And then coming to when you stay under your parents and you see what mommy and daddy does, you just believe this is the culture and this is the value of the family, and then you want to bring in that copy and paste into your own, home as well. And so like one of the things that she used to do that I didn't really like was that before I go out in the morning, she's still sleeping. So I just have
Career
to,
woman.
yeah, she just have to, so most of the time I just call her civil servants because they go to work very late, so they sleep. But we that are in the streets, we don't wake up early, go set
And
out
jump
early
out.
to, yeah. So most times I just realize that she can't catch up with my pace. So I just let her be. I just know that this is her weakness. And so I let her be. But When I got a job recently that I have to start going to the office around 8, 9, and she was able to now catch up with me. At least by 6:30 she's awake, prepares food and all that. Then I wouldn't say that their culture is a challenge to me. The things that I see as new, I try to adapt to it. I know it's their own personal culture. I can't take it off heart. That is their own belief. You understand? And so there's no regret. So it's just for me to now align according to their own culture. So simply, I also encourage her that this is my culture, so she also should align to it as well. So we just, like you said, we just come to compromise, knowing that okay, this is your way of life and this is my way of life. Let's put respect both ways of life.
Interesting one there. Very interesting one there. All right, we'll take another short break. We'll take another quick short break, and when we come back, we will continue. There's still more to come on Mr. and Mrs. You don't want to miss the rest of it. Please stay with us. All right, welcome back to the show. Of course, it is still Mr. and Mrs. on NTA Abuja, the Unity Station. All right, right about now, we will do some beautiful game show with a couple, in the spirit of unity, in the spirit of independence of the country. We will get to know how much they know of the nation. Are you ready for me, Mr. and Mrs. Prince Abel?
That goes
Yes.
into
All right, we'll take this couples game show now. Let me start. Ladies first. Ladies first. Mrs. Lillian. I'll start with you. You will name three national symbols. Give us three. There are lots of national symbols for Nigeria as a country. Name three of them.
The Nigerian flag, the coat of arms, I miss it.
Do you want to help her out?
mm,
She has mentioned the national flag, the coat of arms. Any?
mm, I don't have any idea.
Ah, okay, you
Do I
did
use
well. You
do I
did
use
well.
the police badge?
What year did Nigeria become a republic? In what year did Nigeria become a republic?
1963.
Yeah, he's correct. The man is correct. Nigeria became a republic in 1963. Intellectual couple I have here. All right, now I'll come to you, Mrs. Lillian. What was the first capital of Nigeria?
Lagos,
No. Bonus
Calabar.
to you. All right, she redeemed herself. She redeemed herself.
That's my answer. That's my answer.
She redeemed herself
She will pay
nicely.
me for that answer.
Calabar was the first capital of Nigeria. All right, so now your question, Prince. Which president or head of state has served the longest cumulatively? Which Nigerian president or head of state has stayed in office for the longest period?
General Olusegun Obasanjo.
Yeah. So correct. Of course, he was first the military head of state before the civilian president. Wow, intelligent couple here. Very intelligent couple. Now, for our final question, it will come to you. There are some major rivers in Nigeria. Mention three of them.
River Niger,
Yep.
River Benue.
Mm-hmm.
Please,
No, talking now.
phone phone a friend. phone a husband.
for the husband, please.
She's on the hot seat. Bail her out. She has mentioned Benue and Niger.
That's Riverbank.
Yes, three major rivers.
I don't know the third one now. These are the two major rivers that we
They are the
use.
two major, but there are others. There are
Yeah.
several others.
Give us a
Let
clue.
me give you a clue.
Mm-hmm.
The one is the state capital. Um, another is a state in the southwest, and another is a capital in the south. A capital in the south, and another a state in the southwest. See, Expo, why they give me?
Tell me, South
South,
South.
South,
That's
which
the
river
one
dey
I
there?
should have known now.
That's a village
Your
there.
people.
River Port Harcourt.
No, now I know you for second. The captain. No, no,
All
no.
right. So no bonus for this last question for you
Aye.
both. But you did good. We have River Benue, River Niger, and the Calabar River. And
That
in the
river
south,
there.
there is a major river in Calabar and another in
Okay,
Oshun, River Oshun.
Okay, yeah,
and I said
Russian,
Ogun.
Russian.
Ogun.
Ogun is not
I
Oshun.
know. It's Ogun.
You were close. You were close, but you
I
weren't
thought
close enough.
Abeokuta will have a river called the Rock. Say that's why I went for Ogun State.
Ogun State is actually Oshun. All right, don't go anywhere. It's an interesting one here today on Mr. and Mrs. with Prince Uchenna and Lillian Abel. When we come back, there is more. Welcome back. I've had a fantastic time today on Mr. and Mrs. interacting with Mr. and Mrs. Uchenna and Lillian Prince Abel, an intellectual couple, if I dare say so myself. It's been a very fantastic time with you both.
Thank
I
you for
learned a
having
lot
us.
personally. I learned a lot personally. There's a lot of perseverance, a lot of understanding between the both of you. I mean, from your onset, the COVID year, the separation, the long distance courtship and relationship, and everything, the highs and lows. And yet, you're still here, boldly staying together and understanding one another. That is so, so commendable. What is your advice to the younger people who wish to be married out there? What will you tell them so they stay firm and strong like the both of you have done? Let me start with Prince Abel.
Okay. I would advise them that marriage is marriage entails patience, communication, um, like you said, perseverance, and then tolerance.
Mm,
You don't have these four major characteristics. You cannot go anywhere in marriage.
mm. Mrs. Lillian?
I'll advise that they talk about everything in courtship,
Mm,
everything down to the list. Whatever it is you want to see in your marriage, talk about it while you guys are courting, because it will be better you know beforehand than to get in and find out. So
mm,
you talk about it, and then also hold God as an anchor. Hold God, hold on to Him. Whatever you believe in, whichever way you believe in God, hold on to Him seriously.
Well, on behalf of my producer and all the crew of Mr. and Mrs. and NTA5ABUJA, I'd like to wish you more bliss,
Thank
more
Amen.
you.
love,
Thank
Thank
you.
and
you.
like fine wine, you will continue to get sweeter and sweeter, and you'll
Thank
both
you.
grow old and gray
Amen.
together.
Thank
Amen.
We
you.
have something
Amen.
beautiful for you. There's a souvenir bag on behalf of the crew of Mr. and Mrs. On behalf of the crew of Mr. and Mrs. NTA5 Abuja, the Unity Station, we present you
Thank
this
you very much.
beautiful souvenir bag
Thank you.
and our signature throw pillow to
Thank
celebrate
you.
you, beautiful couple.
Thank you. This is beautiful. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Thanks
You're
for
welcome,
having
and thank
us.
you so much for coming to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's not all. We also have another beautiful package for you, courtesy of one of our sponsors. You are going to have a beautiful night out at the Capital Club and Apartment.
Wow.
Special for the both of you. And plus, you will have a beautiful time out for lunch at Li's restaurant,
Thank you very
celebrating
much.
your love, your perseverance, and your dedication to one another.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on the
Thank
show.
you for having us. Thank you.
Well, there you have it. That is the size of our package on this week's episode of Mr. and Mrs. on NTA Abuja, the Unity Station. Why don't you keep a date with us again, same time, same station next week for another exciting time with another beautiful couple. I have learned, I was entertained, and I got a few tips on how to keep love burning forever. We'll see you again next time on the program. My name is Neka Igwe. Bye for now.
Cause you want my love. She no one designer, she no one Ferrari. She said I'm my love. You belong to me and I belong to her. Oh baby, you go kill somebody. They say love is blind, but I did see her for your eyes. For your eyes. She pass that ego. She did do like Ronaldo. My sweetie Porero. Eminado. She like my song. She like my song. Her favorite artist is not David.